course.
Hey, here's the thing about...
Oh? The... Oh! You gotta have blocks appear or go in the background.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm trying to find that list I found last time. Trying to look up the rest of the whole thing of the, some of the worst, like, tropes that there are in, like, gaming and things in general. Damn it, now I can't find that list. Son of a bitch!
Oh, wait. That's what
I hate that I can't find it anymore. I know somebody had that list. They had, like, a freaking, like, top 10 thing, like, freaking...
I guess you can try and keep looking, I suppose.
Because I know we were talking about annoying gaming tropes. We were talking about, like, the rough voice acting in freaking Resident Evil before. I don't know when it mentioned freaking bad gaming tropes. Ooh, IGN has top 10 video game tropes to leave in the last decade. One of the ones they mentioned: audio logs, emails, and memos and notes, and diaries for world building.
I can understand why some people may not like that, because it just turns into a game of, here's all this great world building. That's great. It's just a bunch of text. Instead of seeing it, I'm just listening to some audio log of some thing that just happened. So why the hell should I care now?
At least for me, the Metroid Prime. At least for the Metroid Prime games, for me, it's kind of just you can look at it and then you don't have to read it. It's not in your face. It's not like you have to do it to like progress the plot or anything.
Yeah, like that's one thing. My problem with that, like my criticism of that kind of storytelling is especially when some people are trying to sit here and try to talk about how amazing a game story is, and all I see is just nothing but story logs. It's just kind of, you guys understand there's more ways to tell a story than just sitting here writing in someone's face.
Yep. Second one they have is walk-in talks and games, where your standard mode of travel is full sprint. Basically, they break the action with lots of dialogue in a game that's normally fast-paced.
Yep, that's an absolute trope I fucking despise.
Other M has that problem with Metroid related. A lot of other AAA games in general have that problem.
A lot of AAA games had that problem in particular. No God of War had that.
I could argue Metal Gear has that problem in spades.
Metal Gear has a different problem, I feel.
Yeah, that's part of its problem. Well, they don't have walk and talks.
They don't have walk and talk.
That's more the cutscenes.
It's just more cutscenes being so goddamn long.
Mm-hmm.
Unreasonably long cutscenes is Metal Gear Solid's problem.
Walk and talk, that's a big plague with Ubisoft's games.
A lot, like I said, a lot of modern companies have that problem.
Yup. Number 3, they have Detective Vision trademark. Basically, the weird freaking graphical style they put on when you're trying to like observe things to like get like hints about the world or something.
I don't find that to be nearly as much of a problem as some other people, but I can understand the logic of why.
And to change perspective just to search for things, you could probably just look for it normally. Yeah, it's not nearly as bad, but it is one of those that can get a little annoying in some.
I think it's...
Depends on the context.
I don't think it's nearly as egregious, especially when everything is realistic. That's when I think it's not nearly as egregious, because I think a good game to relate this to is like a modern Silent Hill 2 remake, where a lot of the criticism of the game from some people is that because of how realistic everything is, you can't tell what you need to look into and what you can interact with and what you can't. That's the disadvantage of having everything being so realistic, where it's just like, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be interacting with.
Right.
Oh yeah, time switches there.
Ah, okay.
Hit the three at once, and then you can
open a door.
Open the door.
Oh, I guess sometimes they'll spread those throughout a room too.
Yeah, they're usually close by, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Yeah.
So you might have to traverse through a bit of a room to get to someone though. Okay.
Yep. And
Number 4, this is why I can definitely agree with it. A lot of AAA games, especially big RPGs, like to do lockpicking, cooking, hacking, and menial mind games.
Yeah, I agree.
Mini games, yeah. So, yeah. I know that's one of the infamous things, one of the only things people really hate about Skyrim, the lockpicking. And how RNG it can sometimes feel.
Yeah.
Anything that has a cooking minigame that takes like minutes, like a minute to do every time you gotta make a meal. Like, ugh. You can't just let me... The hacking one. That one's a little more forgivable than the others, but still, depending on what they have you do constantly. In a way, that would be like complaining about the things with, like, hacking through some of the doors in the Ratchet & Clank games.
I mean, I'll agree to that as well. I think there is a criticism. I have a criticism of that as well.
It can kind of be a break in the action, not always the best
Because the
ways.
problem is, it's like, it's those kind of mini games where it feels like you're less at the mercy. You don't control the pace of it, is the problem. It's one of those kind of mini games where you're at the mercy of the game's pace and not so much you dictating the pace, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, here's a small mini game and you're kind of just sitting there waiting for the action to interact with.
Ooh. Here's one not too many suffer from, but when they do, it's really bad. Mandatory mid-game tutorials.
Yep.
It has to be, like, after, like, you've committed to a certain point in the game. Like, you've got to let the player have their intuition from what they've learned to figure out some things.
Trying to find a game that's really bad with...
Modern Mario and Luigi? Debatably.
Yeah.
They are one of the more notorious examples I can think of.
I could say Xenoblade, but... the mechanics, I think, for their games are a little bit too complex to not be given
Mario and
to
Luigi's usually looked at a lot for that because they actually make you do the actions in a tutorial. You can't typically skip some of them.
Yeah.
It more affects the later ones. Bowser's Side Story, Dream Team, Paper Jam.
Yeah. No, I agree, yeah.
A little bit lesser to an extent, but still there for Brothership. And then again, Brothership extends itself in other ways that don't make it amazing.
Yeah.
But,
Brothership has other problems.
yeah. Man, that is one of the most egregious examples I could personally think of.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the other games I've played that might have that problem.
I was almost going to say Mega Man. There's nothing that does that.
Mega Man does nothing like that.
I was like, the closing you have is like, I was going to jokingly say,
Maybe
what if you had to get a tutorial for every new weapon you use? But then again, you could literally just get out of that.
And
literally
shit,
just use
and that
two-
shit's like only like 5 or 6 seconds. You're gonna complain about
Yeah.
that. Then.
Yeah, that's a big nothing.
I think that speaks more about you and that.
Yeah, so that's a big nothing in comparison.
I'm trying to think about some other games I played in relation.
Ah, another AAA gaming problem. Number 6. Slow-ass hand-over-hand climbing segments. They always love you scaling mountains and frickin'
Yeah.
make it slow as balls.
I extend not even just like slow climbing stuff, but just slow transportation.
Yeah.
Where it feels like the act of exploring the world just feels like it's too damn slow for its own good.
Yep. Well, that's another problem you've always had with overworld games. Being just a regular human going around with no real tools, just walking around.
It's realistic, yes, but it's not fun in my opinion.
Yep.
You heard my shtick on it. Long enough. Oh, shut up.
Okay, this one isn't as bad as some of the others they mentioned, but I can see some merit to this one. Number 7. The end game that kicks your ass in the first 5 minutes and disappears for 30 hours.
I can see why some people might not like it because, you know...
Ooh, you just got it! Ooh, oh! May as well retry so you don't burn life.
Damn.
Yep, I was gonna say. I ain't thinking of life, so I guess not too big a deal. But yeah, it depends on the game. I'll say...
I don't mind it too much.
In short games like
because
Metroid games, it doesn't really feel like that big a deal because, like...
in the short, when the game's short, I don't think it's not that big of a problem because, you know...
Especially in their presence, they at least, like, mention every once in a while.
Yeah. But for long games, I kind of like to see my villains do something, otherwise
Yeah.
it's kind of a...
Yeah, that'd be like having a big RPG where basically get to watch yourself basically lose a battle to the villain you cast aside. And you have to do a bunch of other shit without seeing anything what they're doing other than their minions being around.
Or some
And they get to them at the end.
some random plot twist like it's Disney or something where it's just, oh, it turns out the real villain is this random person that never really had any time to be established as a character. What? You think I'm gonna be alluding to something? You're fucking crazy.
Army almost wanted to say Golden Sun for a second. But then again, you are usually following them around a good bit.
Well, in Golden Sun, they're always actively at the forefront, so...
Yeah.
I was jokingly saying Super Paper Mario.
Oh, yeah. you only basically get to, other than the henchman, you see Bleck just sitting in his lair the whole time, just be like, yeah, you guys go do this. Oh god, where's my love? Yep.
And then fucking Dementio from out of nowhere, like it's supposed to be something important.
Yep. Always a horrible twist. Number 8. Ooh, one of your least favorite things in AAA gaming. You might be able to take a guess before I even say it. Something to allow you to use better tools, shall I say. Using other materials you found.
Oh yeah, endless crafting.
Yup, crafting. Oh, gotta love when AAA games force grind into them too.
Yep, arbitrary, you know, resource management. Because that clearly is needed for every single game. Like I said, I like it in survival horror games when everything's limited, but in giant open world games where you have all the space in the world and time to breathe, it just...
Yep.
It comes off as just irrelevant.
Yeah, probably, it feels like a lot of
Because the logic, it's like, well, you can still, you know, think about, you have to be thoughtful about how you use your abilities. So I'm in a giant open world. If I see an enemy right in front of me, especially if it's a trash mob, what's stopping me from just walking away?
I'll say there's one thing, well, one of the problems I had with Xenoblade 1 in particular.
Yeah, one in particular definitely had us the roughest when it came to
that probably is
system.
the worst of the grinding stuff for, like, getting, like, a lot of those, whatever those...
The gems.
Yes. I know one...
I didn't mind it at first. I didn't mind it, but on a replay, especially comparing it to 2 and 3, I am glad they got rid of that.
Yep.
I am definitely glad they got rid of that.
The worst part of that for me was the reason I stopped trying to go after the super bosses. Because you had to grind to get particular ones to get around their frickin' spikes. Such as the instant death spikes.
Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of that shit in 2 and 3.
Instead of just became a grindy fight, you had to actually, you know, equip yourself very well.
And you also know how to mechanically play the game. Which...
Yep.
Is a pretty... I think it's a pretty fair, trade.
Yep, I agree.
And I think, God, there's any way... I at least done it for 3. I want to go back and do it for 2 one day.
Yeah, I only got through, like, some of the super bosses.
I did the super bosses for 3 in the 3 DLC. I want to try and see if I can do it one day for...
I didn't do it with the DLC, I did it for the main game. Funny that last one was a pain in the ass. There was a bit of grinding for the DLC one as well.
Yeah. But maybe I'll do it one day for 2.
Yeah.
I want to go back and
I know, like, unlocked the last one wasn't, like, that crystal thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I was like, well, how, like,
you know,
level,
it's funny
like,
because I actually...
Rank 32, I was like, nope! I'm out!
Yeah, that was... Yeah, I remember. That was one of the first things I did, and I saw, I was like, oh, I probably should not be fighting this.
Yeah, it's like...
I'm gonna fucking go.
And then it aggroed you, you're like, nope, 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 alright, I'm out, I'm out.
I'm like, I should not be here.
I'm at, like, level 60, I'm not ready for this!
Like... Oh, just get that one perk that allows you to, do more damage because you're at a lower level.
There's only so much that can do.
Yeah.
Number 9. Ooh, another big one you hate. Unskippable dialogue. Or dialogue you can skip and you have to use the interaction button. So you immediately respond to the first dialogue option instead of the one you want.
Yeah, I hate that stuff.
And you have to skip dialogue in games when they have dialogue options as well. That makes it worse.
Yeah.
Like, if it was just a cutscene skip, that's one thing. But having to, like, do it with dialogue choices, ugh, that's even worse. And make it go on so long where you have to make it, ugh.
Looking at you, Mr. Owl. You fuck. I'm not running out of time.
Oh, good boy. Yup. You can't skip his dialogue. You try to blaze through it. The one time you do that, only one time, which is like the second time you interact with them, they do the fucking flip of the yes-no. Fucking piece of shit. Number 10. I can definitely agree with this to a certain point. Repair mechanics, relationship maintenance of any kind, really. Basically, micromanagement of...
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, if a game is focused around that as a mechanic, then I don't mind it, but when there's like 50 different mechanics and that's an additional mechanic, it kind of just... It can tell when it feels like it's... just arbitrary, if that makes sense. Arbitrary, yeah, that's the word.
Well, this has ranked as the top of the worst video game tropes. Another list. Okay, yeah, I can agree with this to a point. Number 5, impractical outfits. I feel like it's more going after a lot of the skimpy outfits, a lot of Japanese games.
I think that's more of the skimpy outfit thing.
I mean,
I know
we know it's just for the fan service.
I know it's strictly for the fan service and stuff, and I know a lot of people it's immersion breaking.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, you know, it's there for people that want it. It's not enough to make or break the game for me, but sometimes it can be a little, like, sometimes I'm just like, wow, really? That's all. I'm not like, oh, God, this game sucks. I'm just like, huh, alright, I don't know why I decided to do that, but okay.
Yeah, that's more of a, I understand why some people might, yeah, it's more of a, I understand why some people might not like it, but I don't think it's nearly as big of a, like I said, there are other things I put a game under. That's a priority for me.
Number 4, they have another big Ubisoft thing. Crow's Nest Cartography. They just have to get to the top of a friggin' tall structure to basically analyze the world and figure out what you want to do, how to analyze things.
It logically makes the most sense, but it's been done for so long that it kind of just became unimpressive.
Ah, another big one, number 3. Escort missions.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one they highlight on that is fucking, Ashley from Resident Evil 4.
You know, she's probably not even the worst one, which is a funny thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's notably the only rough part of what's an amazing game, so...
Even then, like, the game does a better job letting you deal with that than others.
Right.
I'm trying to think about other escort missions I've seen in games, but...
Dead Rising's pretty rough.
Dead Rising, yeah.
Because you have a lot of those, and they can easily die.
And that's very emphasizing.
They can easily die, their AI sucks.
Yeah, I think Dead Rising would be a better one at 22. Ashley from RE4, I would definitely say, is not nearly as bad.
Yeah, I know sometimes you're trying to fight something, she can get in the way. It's like,
I honestly never had it that bad, personally.
I see some clips, people trying to do things like, you're starting to shoot a zombie, then all of a sudden she'll just walk in your line of sight. It's like, what are you doing?
Is this like classic RE4? Or
classic.
If it's classic, like, that's on them. Because there's an option for her the fucking way, and they should just know to use the way.
I should have figured it was probably user error more than anything. Not surprised.
That one, the Ashley one is more user error than anything else. If it was the remake, I could definitely see an argument because she does have a more. They changed the wait and move commands in a weird way.
Oh.
So it kind of makes it.
So the Ashley interactions aren't as good in the remake.
At least in the gameplay aspect of it.
Okay, right. Huh. Number 2, explosive barrels. I don't really hate that one. Depends on how they can be used.
I mean, that's just explosive barrels. It's just whatever, in my opinion. That one's not a...
Oh, but yeah, the idea of just the fact that frickin' evil organizations just have explosive barrels in their hideout for, like, no reason. All it does is really harm them to have them. I can see some merit in that respect, anyway.
It should be around here somewhere.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Whoa!
Yes, well, indeed.
Wow, it really will eat anything. I wonder what will happen if you eat something peculiar.
Like you pal! What? Oh, cool. Okay, so just make it eat enemies.
Yep.
And watch out for meteors.
And
okay, this boss seems simpler than the last one.
Yeah, honestly, I think the second boss is probably one of the harder bosses in the game.
Yeah.
This one's pretty predictable. Only thing is just making sure.
Right. Notice him in the background.
And
they literally tell you which one he's covering. Okay, wow, that's...
Like I said, this is...
Wow, I would have at least expected you to have to, like, look and react. Not literally being told where it's coming from. That's...
Yeah, this one's kinda...
Yikes. I feel like the easiest boss so far. At least the first one felt like you had to, like, deal with some weird, like, avoiding his melee attacks. Okay, they didn't show it for that one. Which they did for all the ones, but hey. Wow.
Yeah.
That was the lamest boss in this game so far. The only one that was truly lame. So what color mist did you inhale that turned you into that monstrosity, you big fat fuck?
I'm Swift. You're Chef Sharon, right?
You're right.
Master Chef Sharon, at your service. Master Chef? Well, actually, I'm just an ordinary cook. But in my dream, I was the best chef in the world. Yeah, anything's better than your dreams.
Yep.
But you hate carrots, right? Carrots. Speaking of carrots...
Oh god, they're everywhere! Carrot missiles!
I tried to make me a delicious meal that even made carrots taste good.
They're not that bad.
And then a yellow mist appeared.
I see.
Not orange. Are you sure?
Yes.
Mist again. Yellow this time?
Yep.
Red, blue, and now yellow mist.
Three primary light colors. Interesting. Oh wait, is that green? Damn it.